Melqart is one of the most significant and revered deities in the ancient Phoenician pantheon, often associated with the city of Tyre, one of the most influential and powerful Phoenician city-states. Known as the god of the city, Melqart was a figure deeply intertwined with both the religious and political life of the Phoenicians. His influence extended beyond the borders of Phoenicia, with his worship spreading throughout the ancient Mediterranean world, particularly in regions like Carthage, where he was equated with the god Heracles of Greek mythology. As a deity of kingship, heroism, and the afterlife, Melqart's multifaceted nature played an essential role in Phoenician culture. The name Melqart is derived from the Semitic roots MLK, king, and QRT, city, which together mean king of the city. This title reflects Melqart's role as the protector and divine ruler of Tyre, symbolizing the strength and vitality of the city. He was often regarded as the patron god of Tyre, and his worship was closely tied to the success and prosperity of the city. In many respects, Melqart represented the ideal of kingship, just, strong, and capable of ensuring the well-being of the city and its people. His role in Tyre was so central that he was considered not just a local deity but a divine ruler whose power extended over the entire region. Melqart was frequently depicted as a heroic figure, often shown in the guise of a warrior or a king. He was portrayed as a powerful bearded man, sometimes wearing a crown or a lion's skin, which emphasized his strength and martial prowess. These depictions emphasized his role as both a protector and a warrior. He was often linked with the imagery of lions, which represented courage and strength, and his association with the lion's skin is thought to have contributed to his connection to Heracles, the Greek hero who famously wore the Nemean lion's pelt. One of the central aspects of Melqart's worship was his connection to death and resurrection. He was believed to have died and been resurrected annually, a cyclical process that mirrored the agricultural cycle. The myth surrounding Melqart often involves his descent into the underworld, his death, and his eventual resurrection, symbolizing themes of renewal and regeneration. This cycle made Melqart a god of life, death, and rebirth, much like the seasonal patterns of planting and harvesting, which were so vital to the Phoenician way of life. His resurrection also symbolized the enduring strength of Tyre itself. The city would rise again, just as Melqart did, each year bringing new life and prosperity. The importance of Melqart as a hero and protector is further emphasized in the legends surrounding his deeds. According to myth, Melqart was a formidable warrior who performed great feats to protect his people and ensure the city's success. One of the most famous myths about Melqart concerns his journey to the underworld, where he faced various trials to rescue the soul of his sister or to retrieve an important object. This journey reinforced his role as a heroic figure, constantly battling the forces of chaos and death to bring order and life back to the world. In addition to his warrior and heroic aspects, Melqart was also seen as a deity of kingship and divine justice. The kings of Tyre were often considered to be the earthly representatives of Melqart, ruling with his authority and blessing. In fact, when a new king was crowned, they would often make offerings to Melqart, seeking his favor and guidance. The god was also invoked during times of war, with soldiers calling on his strength and protection in battle. His role as the divine protector of Tyre made him a crucial figure in both the civic and military life of the city-state. The cult of Melqart spread widely through the Phoenician colonies, especially to Carthage, where he became one of the primary deities worshipped. In Carthage, Melqart was often identified with Heracles, the Greek hero who was similarly associated with strength, heroism, and the afterlife. The Carthaginians built a grand temple to Melqart, which was said to have been one of the most impressive structures in the city. This temple housed a statue of the god that was said to have been brought from Tyre, and it became a focal point of religious life in Carthage. In Carthaginian tradition, Melqart was also believed to have been a protector of the city and its maritime endeavors, with sailors invoking his name before embarking on long voyages. The influence of Melqart can be seen in the numerous inscriptions, coins, and artifacts discovered throughout the Mediterranean world. His name was invoked in various parts of the ancient world, from Tyre to Carthage, to North Africa and parts of Sicily. His worship continued for centuries, even after the fall of Phoenician cities like Tyre, and his legacy persisted in the syncretism of later religious traditions. As the Phoenicians spread their culture and influence throughout the Mediterranean, so too did the worship of Melqart, making him one of the most widely recognized gods in the ancient world. Despite the decline of the Phoenician civilization and the rise of new religious systems, the figure of Melqart continues to be a symbol of strength, kingship, and renewal. His mythic story of death and resurrection, of heroic deeds and divine justice, resonates with the themes of many ancient cultures and continues to be an important reminder of the close relationship between religion, kingship, and the cycles of nature in the ancient world. As the king of the city, Melqart remains an enduring figure whose influence stretched far beyond the city of Tyre, shaping the religious and political landscape of the Mediterranean for centuries.